Hello, welcome to Big Banksand Burning, brought to you by Lightsy Escorts. You got the dough, we got the hoe. I'm Big Banks Barfield.
And I'm Jeff Lapham.
And we're here to break down the 2012 Delta Chi Classic Draft for you. Alright, we're going to start off by discussing what we thought the best pick of the first round was. Jeff?
Best pick of the first round has to be Aaron Rodgers by Team Koffler. That is a steal for a fifth pick, and frankly I feel like a lot of picks before that were just kind of indecisive and poorly planned.
Definitely. Coach Koffler could definitely take that to the bank. Next up, we have one of the reasons why Aaron Rodgers dropped to number 5, the pick of Matthew Stafford, and as the number 2 overall pick. This definitely has to be the worst pick of the round. I don't know what old Coach Headley was thinking.
I definitely agree with you there, Big Banks. Stafford over Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady? He must have been high.
Bounce check all season.
Next, we have the top 3 overall best picks.
Well, these picks are definitely checks you can cash. We'll start at number 3, picked by Coach Morgan Lightsy. Got Dwayne Bowe, 73rd overall pick. That has to be a steal. He's been top 5 receiver the past 3 years. I don't know how this man dropped this far.
Definitely a good pick, number 73, I agree. Number 2, however, though, I'm going to go with Peyton Manning. Mr. Chad Culpepper, definitely a good pick, snagging him at number 26. He's not one of the top 5 quarterbacks, but he'll get the job done up in Denver.
Definitely. I think that Peyton Manning thing will be working all season.
I agree.
That brings us to our number 1 overall pick. Steal, running back Doug Martin out of Tampa Bay. Coach Koffler did some research. Got one here. What do you think about Coach Koffler's pick?
I agree with it. I know he's a Bucs fan, and he did his research. He's pretty committed to that, and that's a late-round steal. I feel that another team, which we'll get a little more into later, was a little misled with some information about Tampa's running game. But again, we'll get back to that.
Coach Koffler's going to like that.
Yes, it'll pay off.
This brings us to our next segment. It's the worst overall picks, which I like to call the Amanda Pageant Awards. We'll start off here. The number 3 worst pick had to be Aaron Hernandez in the 33rd pick by Cody Burton. What was this man thinking? Should a tight end ever go in the 3rd round?
You know, there are some elite tight ends out there, but I just don't know if this Mexican fellow can hold up his end of the bargain. He's on the Patriots, but that doesn't always make it right.
A lot better people you could have got out there.
Yeah, risky move, Cody. Let's see how it pays off throughout the season.
Well, our second worst pick of the draft has to be MJD by Brandon Corbett. I mean, this man's been around for eons. He's better know. Come on. He started the first rotisserie league.
I mean, Brando, you ever heard of somebody called Rashad Jennings? Yeah, he's a starter because MJD just came off signing contract. I just don't know how it's going to work out down in Jacksonville.
Well, the only thing stupider than that pick has to be the one by Cody Burton. Can you believe that?
Yes.
LeGarrette Blount. Oh, he just sucker punched Cody in the fucking face, didn't he?
I do not know if he's been watching any of the preseason games, but LeGarrette Blount has been tagged as the second string running back, not the starter. This is definitely a risky pick just because that's your 16th pick, so I just don't see this working out whatsoever, Big Bangs. How about you?
I don't think either. I mean, Cody got two of the worst picks in the draft. He gave up that $20, I'll tell you that much.
You can't go win the league pulling stunts like that.
Speaking of Cody having those 2 worst picks, this next segment in our show are the 2 worst draft classes. We'll start off with J.P. Headley. J.P., he had a rough one. Aaron, he's a rookie. I think he's going to be a little pissed off at himself for not going to that seminar at the Teak House.
This is definitely going to be a long season for old J.P.
J.P., he took Matthew Stafford to start it. It's all right. He's an okay quarterback. But then wasted his 2nd and 3rd round picks on wide receivers. He didn't pick off a running back till the 4th and 5th round. He's looking at Willis McGahee and Ben Tate.
Tate, also not a starting running back.
He'll be lucky to get up 100 points this week.
Next, we have Mr. Burton. We have him next on it because LeGarrette Blount I'm speechless right now. I don't know.
Defending champ, pulling out this, mediocre.
You know better.
Sophomore slump. God, Cody. stay the fuck away from my bank, because I'll have to do my special move on you and bounce your check. Well, that brings us up to the next portion, the 2 best draft classes. And I have to say, Coach Kotler pulled off a good one. He might be looking for his 2nd championship.
Yes, I agree with a lot of his picks. He is definitely stacked pretty deep in the receiving corps. He has such people as Victor Cruz, Deshaun Jackson. I even like Antonio Brown and Reggie Wayne in later picks. And Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Graham never hurt.
Well, you can definitely say that Coach Kotler did a lot of research going into this draft.
Let's talk about some of the other draft assessments here. We went through and individually graded each draft pick, and
you're leaving off Lee Thompson.
Oh.
I think Lee Thompson had the overall best draft. This sophomore coming out, Ray Winkle, who knows? Maybe Katie Johnson beat him to death so he could pick some good players. The man picked up Tom Brady, then Matt Forte, Adrian Peterson, and Ahmad Bradshaw. Hey, you looking for a running back, Cody Burton? Give this man a call.
This just proves you lock your girlfriend out of the house for a couple hours, anything is possible. Good job out there, Lee.
All right, now we'll begin assessing a grade to each draft class. And we'll start with Cody Burton himself. Well, son, I got to give you a D. This is football, not football. We're in America, son.
Next one I'm going to have to go with is Fear the Beard, Chad Culpepper. Not bad. We got you not great, though. It's gay. A lot of people fear success. That's why we're going to put you at a C+.
Tough one. First year in the league, he'll get better.
It has potential, though.
Next, I got the finger-blasting heartbreaker, Morgan Lightsey himself. It was all right. I give him a B overall, but Morgan just can't seem to get out of, 2nd, 3rd place. I don't think he'll ever win it. But your draft was solid as a football on high-protein regimen.
Agreed. I'm going to go now with Ray Winkle. A lot of people say Bill Parcells couldn't have drafted a better team this year. We got you as a solid #1 draft team. That's why we're going to give you an A+. Good job. I look forward to big things this season.
Next up is Sandusky Sodomizer. Stay away from my little boy. But I'll give you guys a B-. You had some good pickups. Could have been a better draft. Hey, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis shows up, you got an A+. Right now, stick him with B-.
Team Bowen.
He got fucked out of the draft room.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, auto-drafted, right? Tell me you didn't auto-draft, because you have a lot of ups and downs on this team. Again, this is another one of those teams I see a lot of potential in, but, you need to lay off. Take it from me, Jeff Lapham. I know.
PEDs.
We're going to put you at a C.
Next up, we had Team Boomer. Now, I don't know about what you guys think, but I think Team Boomer is forever and always stuck in the cellar. I don't know what he did with his draft. Completely, he has some kind of other plans going to Disney World with his girlfriend or something during the playoffs, because at this rate, he ain't make it. I'm giving him a C-.
C-. Jake, you're well on your way to wasting your girlfriend's $20. All right, I'm going to go with next, Team Brandon Corbett. Going into this Big Banks, I expect a lot of things. He has a lot of good connections, networking. He knows people such as, Jesus, Moses, Tupac. A lot of good connections in his old age. But, he still pulled off a good, impressive draft. He's got an A- here. I'm going to go with that as not a bad choice. Just expected an A+ there, Brando. Keep it up, though.
He's still the underdog. When he hasn't performed for 600 years,
yeah.
You're not likely to win.
Do I smell someone cooking bacon, or am I just talking about cooking up a championship with Team Kaufler's team? Well done, Steve. We expect good things, as I elaborated before, on the receiving core and your quarterback. We're looking for a strong, competitive team here.
Well, second to last, we have Team Roundtree. I really don't have much to say about him, considering this is the 3rd straight year where he's auto-drafted. Look, son, if you want to win a championship, you got to do it yourself. Don't leave it to all these fancy computers and shit. Haven't you ever seen Matrix? I'll give you a B+. Put a little more effort, you can be an A.
And I'm going to go with the last team we're going to analyze today, Justin's team. Team Woods, we put you at a B, a solid B. We guess you might have got a little help up at the fraternity house, but you may be looking good now, but you just need to don't let this rookie slump hit you too early. Stay sharp.
All right.
What do we got next, Big Banks?
Next, one of my favorite parts of the shows. We've been hitting the Twitter boards hard, and we got some of our favorite tweets about the twatters playing football.
Yes, we got some new ones coming in. We got Max12 Burton. He says, "Good luck, Cody. You're the best." Isn't that great? I don't care what Balmer says. Tell him to fix his eyebrow.
True that. True that.
What else we got on the Twitter board?
Well, my next Twitter was Geoff Strat Dog. He said, "Can I please repledge so I can get in your league next year?" Well,
No.
Stratnell, go shove it. You take that to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Jeez. Our last portion of our show will be previewing our matchups for this weekend. Our first game is going to be Team Headley against Sandusky Sodomizers. I'll tell you what, I think Sandusky Sodomizers are going to wax JP's ass like he's taking a shower after hours at Penn State.
Sandusky loves that asshole, and he's going to tear it up.
I don't think that Headley has the manpower to keep up with Drew Brees. I think Ben Jarvis Greenhouse will have a breakout game.
I agree with a lot of what you just said, and that's why the projection totals are Headley at 100 and Sandusky Sodomizers at 133. I don't even think it's going to be that close. Next, though, we have Favre Dollar Footlong, Burton's team, versus Fear the Beard, Mr. Culpepper. We have this one leaning in favor of Culpepper's team, but it's going to be a close one.
I just think when you draft as bad as Cody Burton does, you're going to have to make some moves to win. And you just can't do that in a couple of days. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
You don't. You just don't.
I think Chad and his giant man beard is just going to eat up and swallow up Burton's team right from the get-go. I don't think it's going to be close. I look for him to win by 30 points.
Yes. And especially Chad's been sporting that bandana lately. Can you spell out intimidation? I agree with what you say.
Well, the next one we have is Team Woods versus Team Koppler, two people who aren't creative enough to come with the fucking team name. But Koppler is favored by 29.9 points in this matchup. So, I don't think Justin Woods drafted good enough. Koppler has some surprise picks. I think this game will ride on Doug Martin, Tampa Bay running back performance.
I feel like if you got off Team Koppler's ass that he might have a week or two to come up with a creative name, or maybe a day. But I agree with the overall projections on this. Team Koffler will probably prevail over Team Woods. Next, though, we have the Savannah-based team, Team Roundtree, against Team Balmer, who resides in Atlanta. With this one, I think Balmer is projected at 13.3 to win. But, again, this is going to be a close one. There's a lot of positives and negatives with this matchup. But only time will tell. This is the first week of the season.
I think as long as Wesley keeps his clothes on, maybe he doesn't make the wife mad, he might have a shot.
I agree with you there. I agree.
Our next matchup is going to be Team Bowen versus Team Corbett. Once again, what are the names? Jesus up against the youngsters, I like to call this matchup. Not really David versus Goliath, because I don't think Corb's got it in him. Bowen is projected negative 13.4 points, so maybe Corbett can keep the distance. We'll see, week one.
Get out the slingshot, Bowen. You'll need it.
And this brings us to our matchup of the night. This is my most intriguing matchup.
Yes.
We got Finger Blasting Heartbreakers versus Ray Finkel's Winkle. Where fingers are going and winkles are going, I don't know.
Nobody can. Sandusky might.
Well, we got Ray Finkel's Winkle is projected at 29 plus points, but I think this one's going to be a lot closer, kind of like Finkel's Winkle. Down ring. Well, as our matches tonight, we have to ask one thing. Mr. Lapham, who are you picking in this matchup?
I just really think that Ray Finkel's Winkle is going to pull it out here. Again, props on the names, but I like the Winkle.
So you don't think no chicken heads have a chance?
That makes me think. I'm gonna have to pull it out for Lightsy this time. I'm gonna switch it up.
Don't choke this chicken, Lightsy. I'm Big Banks Barfield, and you can take this to the bank.
And I'm Jeff Lapham signing off. I'm always right.
Always remember, this episode was brought to you by Yanushevsky Falafel, where everything's kosher.